later on, when we go for the Blue-Card quiz, we will be looking at how we can identify the correct main ideas without it being written out for you. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a look at this, and then let's look at the first paragraph. Okay, let's look at the first paragraph, right? Does anybody want to start off by telling me what the title of this entire passage should be? What do you think is the title of this passage? Can we have maybe Eric Shah, unmute yourself and tell us what you think is the title. The rest of you, if you raise your hands, you can keep your hands raised. Yeah.
African elephants.
Okay, very good. I think that that's a good title. And remember, when you title something, the words must always be capitalized. So your A and your E must always be capitalized, right? These are the hallmarks of a title, a capitalized first letter, right? Very good. Now that we have a good title, does anybody have an alternative title? No? You're all happy with African elephants, right? Are we all happy with African elephants? Okay, very good. Then let's move on to the first paragraph, okay? So now, the first paragraph, right? I need to sift out the main idea and two supporting details, remember? So let's start with maybe, shall we have Joshua? What is the main idea of the first paragraph? What do you think is the main idea of the first paragraph?
The main idea of the first paragraph is what elephant look like.
Okay. What elephants look like? Joshua, can you explain to us why you chose that as your main idea? Joshua, are you there? Is Joshua there?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you tell us why you chose what elephants look like as the main idea?
I chose what elephant looks like as the main idea because in the passage they said African elephants have thick gray skin that help protect them from the sun.
Sorry, give me a minute. Ian, can you stop annotating, please? If you do this again, I will have to put you into the waiting room. Do I make myself clear, Ian? This is the second time today I've had to address you and discipline you. Please do not make this a third time. And for your information, this is being recorded. All right, sorry about that. Joshua, can you repeat yourself again?
I chose what elephant looks like because in the passage they said that African elephants have thick gray skin that helps protect them from the sun.
Okay, so can you all see that everything in the first paragraph has to do with the appearance of the elephant? Can you all see that? Okay, so you can actually also call it appearance, right? So in addition to using the who, what, when, where, why, I can just use one word to summarize the appearance of elephants, right? So there are many different main ideas, many different ways I can phrase my main idea, right? One way is what elephants look like. The other way is the appearance of African elephants. Now, would somebody like to give me supporting detail 1 and supporting detail 2 that gives me this idea about what elephants look like from the first paragraph? Okay. Oh, I see many hands. Very good. Can I have Claire answer the first point and Gautam answer the second point? Okay. Please get ready. Okay, Claire, go ahead with the first point first. What's the first point?
Elephants have thick gray skin that helps them protect from the sun.
Okay, they have thick gray skin that helps protect them from the sun. That's one appearance. So thick gray skin is what they look like, right? Very good. Gautam, can you give us the second supporting detail, please? Everybody, you're doing well. Keep it up.
They have long curved tusks made of ivory.
Very good. They have long curved tusks made of ivory. Now, can anybody tell me if you know what ivory is? Anybody knows what ivory is? Right? It's a difficult word, right? Does anybody know what ivory is? Shupo, can you tell us what ivory is?
Ivory is the teeth in front of the elephant.
Right, it's the tusk, right? It's the material that the tusk is made of, right? Okay, it's a white, hard material, okay, that the tusk is made of, huh? Elephant tusks are made of a very special material, okay, that makes it very hard so that, you know, they can use it to fight with other elephants, right? These tusks are mainly used for that. Okay, very good. Andrea, were you going to contribute for the next paragraph? Is that what you raised your hand for? Okay, let's move to the next paragraph so that we don't make Andrea wait for too long, okay? Give me a minute. Let me adjust the Zoom level. I'm very sorry. Okay, so let's go to the second paragraph, okay? So first paragraph, we have the main idea and supporting details. Second paragraph, let's look at what Andrea's main idea is. Andrea, would you like to give us your main idea? Go ahead.
I forgot my main idea suddenly.
Okay, would somebody like to take over, Andrea? Okay, Brennan, why don't you go ahead? Tell us what your main idea is.
Where elephants live.
Okay, where elephants live. Okay, very good. You're all getting the hang of it, right? It's pretty straightforward, right? So what they look like, where they live. Now, can you think of another word that can be used besides where elephants live? What is the special word you learn in science that describes a special place where animals live? Can you all remember the word that you learned in science to talk about where a particular animal lives? There's a special name or word for it. Javian, do you know what the word is?
Habitat.
Habitats, very good. Okay, so habitat. Okay, very good. So the word habitat, like where elephants live, tells us the main idea of the second paragraph. Okay, so now I'm looking at S1 and S2, the supporting details, right? Okay, let's see. Can I have somebody who has not answered yet? Maybe Thaddeus, can you tell me one supporting detail for where elephants live or habitat?
This magnificent animal lives in Africa.
Okay, so they live in Africa. Very good. Thank you very much. So Africa is one important location where they live. Excellent. And what is the second supporting detail for where elephants live? Can I have somebody else that's not answered up until this point? What about Isin? Okay.
Elephants most live in savanna and forests.
Okay, they mostly live in savannas and forests. Very good. Okay, they live in savannas. Do y'all know what are savannas, everybody? Who knows what is a savanna? Okay, Andrea, can you tell us what is a savanna?
It's a dry place.
A very dry place. It's also got grass, right? Savannas tend to be full of grass, right? Because it's too dry for trees to survive or to live, right? Okay, good, good. Thank you. Now, can you all notice that there is actually an S3? Actually, just now, first paragraph also got S3. Can anyone tell me what is the third supporting detail that is here, but we don't need to write down. I'm not going to write it down, okay? Can anyone spot what's the third supporting detail? Claire, can you tell me what's the third supporting detail?
They need lots of space to roam around and find food.
Okay, they need a lots of space. Okay, so they need to live in a place with lots of space. Okay, very good, very good. Now, let me ask you all, this part here. Elephants live in a group called herds and is led by a wise female called a matriarch. Is this part of where elephants live? Shake your head or nod your head, please. Shake your head. Okay. Or maybe you put a cross or a tick, okay, as your response. Is this part of the main idea where elephants live? No, right? Okay. Brandon, you put yes. It is. Is this part of where elephants live? Think about it. Is this talking about where the elephant lives? No, right? It's talking about how the elephants live together, right? They live in groups. It's more about how they live together. Okay, Brandon, do you understand? Okay, so be very careful there are some points in a paragraph that don't fit with the main idea, and you must not choose them by mistake. Is that clear? Do you all understand? So read very carefully. Not everything in the paragraph is going to fit into the main idea. Okay, very good. Thank you. Now I want to move on to my third paragraph. Okay, African elephants are herbivores. Okay, that paragraph. Okay, let's have a main idea. And now I'm going to call somebody who doesn't raise their hands. Can I ask Jasper to tell me what's the main idea for this third paragraph here? Jasper, you can take some time to look at it. Okay, can you try to tell me what is the main idea? I know you didn't raise your hand, but give it a try, okay, Jasper?
What African elephants eat.
Okay, very good. What African elephants eat? Okay. Do you all agree, by the way? Nod your heads if you do. Yeah, awesome. Lots of nods, okay? Can you think of one word that can summarize what African elephants eat? Can you think of one word that describes what animals eat? Just one word. Can you shrink it down to one word? Just now we shrunk down where elephants live to habitat, right? Now can I shrink what elephants eat into one word? Yu Kuan, do you know what is the word? Do you know the word, Yu Kuan? You don't know the word? Okay, it's all right. Okay, let's try Xavier. Xavier, what do you think the word is?
Plants.
No. I'm asking you to summarize what African elephants eat into one word. Just now we said where elephants live, we summarize it as one word, habitat. I'm not asking you to give me an example. I'm asking you to shorten what elephants eat into one word. Not asking you for an example. Don't give me an example, please. Okay. Let's have Isin. What do you think is the word?
What animals feed on?
No, I want one word. You understand what I mean by one word? I want the whole sentence to be shrunk down into one word. I don't want more words. I don't want what animals feed on. That's 5 words already. Okay. Andrea, come, tell us.
Diet.
Diet. Very good. Thank you. Okay. Your diet is what you eat, right? The African elephant's diet is what the African elephants eat. Do y'all get the word diet? Do y'all understand? So actually, right, if you don't want to write what African elephants eat, right, you can write the word diet. If you don't want to write where African elephants live, right, you can write habitat. If you don't want to write what African elephants look like, right, you can say appearance. Can y'all see? One word can actually be a main idea. It doesn't have to be a long statement or sentence. That's the point I'm trying to prove. Okay, very good. Thank you all very much. Let's go into S1, S2. Let's quickly finish this up. And I'm cognizant of the time. I don't want to drag on too long. So maybe I just do one more paragraph after this, okay? We don't have to do all the paragraphs, right? You all get the idea. Lucas, can you tell me what is one supporting detail for what African elephants eat? Lucas? Remember to unmute yourself before you respond, okay? Lucas? Lucas, unmute yourself. Go ahead. Lucas, are you speaking?
I haven't think yet.
The paragraph is right in front of you here on the screen. Can you look at it now and tell me one supporting detail that tells us about what African elephants eat? I've highlighted the paragraph for you. Just look at the paragraph that I've highlighted. Give me one supporting detail, please.
They only eat plants.
Okay, very good. They only eat plants. Excellent. Thank you very much. That is supporting detail 1. Okay. Cheyenne, can you tell me supporting detail 2, please?
They munch on
grass, leaves, branches, and even bark from trees.
Very good. So grass, leaves, branches, bark from trees are all part of what African elephants eat. Now, this sentence here, they use their trunk to grab food and bring it to their mouths. Titus, are you there, Titus? Wave if you are there. Okay, Titus, can you tell me, is this sentence a supporting detail for what African elephants eat or their diet? Yes or no, and why?
No, because it doesn't say what they eat.
Okay, what do you think this will fit under? It's not what they eat, right? What do you think this will fit under? What main idea?
How they eat.
Very good, right? Excellent, Titus. Thank you very much. This is more about how the African elephants would eat, right? They'll use their trunks to like grab the food and bring it to their mouths. That's how they eat. Excellent, thank you. But remember, this is not the main idea. The main idea is what they eat, not how they eat. So you cannot fit this sentence. It's not a main idea, okay? So I will mark this in red, just to show you all that there are certain ideas, right, that don't fit, okay? Right? So it's very important for you all to understand, not everything in one paragraph will fit under the main idea. So you must be very careful about the supporting details. Earlier, this paragraph also, this sentence did not fit into the main idea about where elephants live. Okay, last one. Then we have a quiz. Then we play looker. Okay, everybody, just this last paragraph. Okay, let's do this enthusiastically together. Then we'll have a little bit of fun together just to reinforce what we've learned. Okay, so last paragraph. I just want your main idea. Okay, sorry, and your S1 and S2. Okay. So think about it. The faster we finish, the more time you have to play. Okay, or rather, the more time you have to revise using Looker. Okay, so let's look at this paragraph. Okay, African elephants live in hot climates. This one. Okay, Amira, would you like to tell us what is the main idea of this paragraph? Amira? You can think of who, what, when, where, why, how. You can use one of these question words to phrase your main point.
How they clean themselves.
How they clean themselves? Are you sure it's about how they clean themselves, my dear? Read carefully. Is this about them cleaning themselves? Is this paragraph about them cleaning themselves? Be a little careful, okay? Yeah. When you read it, right? But never mind, good attempt. You are correct with your question word. It's a how question. Very good. Isin, you want to try your main idea?
How elephants keep cool.
Okay, how elephants keep cool. Very good. Very good. I like that. Okay, because there's this idea that all the supporting details seem to point to them keeping cool, right? How they keep cool, right? Okay, now, Lorraine, can you give me one supporting detail under the main idea how elephants keep cool?
They splash themselves with water and roll in mud to keep their skin wet and cool.
Okay, now, can anyone tell me why this is not the best answer? Lorraine, you are right, but it's not the best answer. Can you tell me why this is not the best way to answer the question? Does anybody know why? I'm going to ask somebody who doesn't raise their hands up. Yi-Chen, why?
Because there is two supporting details in one sentence.
Can you break it up for me? You are absolutely right. Thank you.
They splash themselves with water or rolled in mud. And then the second one is to
Are you sure,
keep-
Yi-Chen? Are you sure? Think twice. This is a very good mistake, or rather, it's not really a mistake, right? This is a very good point to make. Yi-Chen is not quite correct in breaking up. Do you know where to break it up? Do you know what word to look out for? What's the word that tells you where to break it up? Tammy?
Or.
Yes, thank you. Whenever you all see and or, usually that signifies that there are 2 points being joined together. Because or and are sentence joiners. Can you remember? We learned about comma being a sentence joiner and full stop being a sentence ender, right? Or and are also sentence joiners, right? Yi-Chen, do you understand? So the point at which is joiner tells you where you can separate it. It's like Lego, right? The point at which you join it is also where you can tear it apart. Okay? So in sentences, right, like Lego, you need to find the point where the two sentences join together. In this case, the point is or. I can actually, Lorraine, do you understand? Can you see that there are 2 points here now? So they can either splash themselves with water or they can roll in the mud. Both ways, right, help them to keep cool. So splash water, roll in the mud. But of course, there are more than 2 points here, right? There's more than 2 points here about how they can keep cool. Can you all spot the third point? Christabel, can you tell me what's the third point here that was not mentioned earlier?
Their big ears also help release heat from their bodies.
Very good. So big ears, right? Because the big ears help to like fan themselves and then all the heat gets released from their bodies, so that they are better able to regulate the heat. So they splash water or they roll in mud or they use their ears like to release the heat from their body. So there's 3 supporting details actually, but we've only chosen 2. Very good. I applaud all of you. Excellent answers, okay? And even though you did not raise your hands and some of you did not answer, I think you all did very well. Is it okay if we do one more paragraph, everybody? I promise the last one. Short one, okay? Short one, okay? Sorry. Last one, okay? Thank you very much for your patience. You're doing very well. So last one, main idea. Okay, very good. Can anyone tell me for this paragraph, what is the main idea? This is a bit more difficult. That's why I wanted to do this as the last one, okay? I'm going to ask somebody who doesn't raise their hands, okay? So if you want me to call you, don't raise your hand. Okay, Gake, what's the main idea for this paragraph, Gake?
How long they live?
Okay, very good. Excellent, excellent. Very good. Okay. How long African elephants live? Now, can anybody tell me how to shorten how long they live in one word? Anybody knows what's one word that can describe how long somebody or something lives? There is a word for it, you know. Yeah. Gautam, do you know?
Lifespan.
Wow, very good. Let's give Gautam a round of applause. Good job. This is not a common word for your age. Lifespan, very good. Your lifespan is how long you live, okay? And elephants have lifespans, right? That's how long they live. So lifespan, appearance, diet, right? Habitat. These are some ways you can shorten your main ideas into one word. And I know that you all love to shorten things, right? To make it even more effective. You don't have to write so long, right? Okay, so that's something that you all can consider, right? If you write lifespan in your test, I will also mark you correct. But please make sure you don't spell it incorrectly, okay? Right? Yeah, but if you want to be safe, just write how long African elephants live. You can't go wrong with that, all right? Good job. Now, S1, S2, and we're done. And we play, okay? Quickly. Let's go. Okay, do this quickly. Right, S1, S2, volunteers. I have Ian with S1, okay? I have Shan with S2. Okay, S1, please, Ian. Ian, are you there? Can you unmute yourself to answer? Okay, it appears like Ian is having some kind of technical difficulty. Are you able to respond, Ian? Hi, teacher with Ian. Is he able to respond?
Yes.
Okay, respond please, quickly. We are waiting.
What's the question? Yeah, because why do you take this out? I go listen.
I see Ian has been distracted.
Are the both of you in? No.
Okay, never mind. It's all right. Who was S? Shan, can you give us just S1?
African elephants live long lives.
Okay, very good. Excellent. African elephants live long lives. Okay. That's one, SS1. Okay. Very good. I'm glad that Shan did not go African elephants live long lives, sometimes up to 70 years, right? Because that would have been the same as what happened earlier, right? When we had two overlapping points, okay? Sometimes it's a connecting word. So obviously I'm giving this away, right? Let's finish it off. All right, finish it off. Kake, tell me what's the second one?
They sometimes up to 70 years.
So you got to rephrase this, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, right? So can you rephrase it in a way that makes sense? You cannot just put sometimes up to 70 years. Why is sometimes up to 70 years, right? You got to rephrase this carefully, okay? Would anybody like to rephrase this so that it makes more sense? Help Gake out. Okay. Helen?
African elephants sometimes live up to 70 years.
Okay, they sometimes live, right? Up to 70 years. Very good. So they live long lives and sometimes even up to 70 years. All okay, everybody? Notice that other things in this passage don't quite fit the main idea, right? Things about the pregnancy, the length of the pregnancy, all these things don't fit, okay? So you must be very careful when you read each paragraph to make sure that the main idea and the supporting details match. Okay, don't just put in anything that you see in a paragraph. That's my point. Okay, hooray. Good job, everybody.